Rosies, and welcome to another video. The reason why I sound like this is because I have not been feeling myself for the past few months, and I'm about to tell you why. I am feeling really crappy and not like myself, and I don't feel like the person I used to be a few months ago. So this video is going to be a story time of what actually happened to me. Last video I made was at the Walt Disney Museum, and I said something exciting was going to happen that is involved with the story, so I will tell you guys what the surprise thing was during the story. Something really scary happened to me on Easter. It's hard for me to talk about because if I talk about it, then I start thinking about it, and then it makes me relive all of it, and it's just not a great feeling. And I feel the symptoms I used to feel when it actually did happen. So if you don't know me, I've had a lot of issues. I am paralyzed on my whole right side, my brain down to my foot. Basically my hand. If you haven't watched my videos, like, you kind of know about it. If not, I am paralyzed. So if you don't know, this hand's completely fine. This hand, barely anything. I can do stuff with it. I just can't do stuff with my left hand. But because of all these other issues, when I was about, I'm gonna guess 3 and under or so, I really don't know, my parents said that I had a lot of seizures. And at the time I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know what it could involve pretty much. It kind of terrified me. I've had one experience with it, not myself, but in school, in elementary school, someone had one. It was a friend of mine, and her head landed on my right arm, which doesn't have barely any strength at all in it compared to my left side, which is a lot stronger. So I didn't know what was going on. So from 3 up to, like, for a long time I haven't had seizures, which I'm very thankful about, because the majority of my childhood I didn't have to worry about that. But on Easter, I was going to my aunt's house with my dad. On the way there, I kind of felt lightheaded. My arms started shaking. My right arm, both my arms were shaking. My right arm started shaking first, then my left arm. It's making me think back on it. It's making me feel weird now, but I'm trying to get through it without thinking about it, else it's going to make me feel really, I don't know how to explain it. If you've ever had one before, like, it's not a great feeling. But I basically started, I remember what I did. I was awake. I could hear my dad, but basically I was like this, and at some point I looked and I started going like this, and my head started going down like this, and I was shaking and all that, and my eyes were open. I didn't know it at the time, but I apparently had a seizure after many years of not having them. So it was on the freeway. I could hear my dad saying, "Buddy, are you okay?" Because my dad and I call each other Bud and Buddy and all that stuff. So, you know, the relationship fathers and daughters have. My dad and I call each other Buddy. And I could hear my dad swearing. And I was awake. And then at some point I blacked out. Apparently because it felt like I was asleep. And then I woke up. And then it felt like it was a dream. I was at the hospital. My dog Zoe was with us too, actually, in the car. If you haven't watched Meet My Dog Zoe, it's the black pug in there. I saw her looking at me. I was in a wheelchair. Then I blacked out again. Then I felt like I had another dream that I was on a hospital bed. And I'm feeling all weird talking about this now because I really don't want to think about it. I was on the hospital bed. People were undressing me because that's what they do. And they put that hospital gown on you. And I felt like I saw my dad looking at me. Like, I could see it. It felt like a dream, but I think it was my dad looking at me. Then I woke up in the hospital. I shared a room with this woman. And all I remember, the only thing I really remember from my first visit at the hospital was early in the morning. My mom was there and she was trying to put my hair in a ponytail, which, if you don't know, I don't like the way I look with my hair in a ponytail. So basically, my hair is usually like this, right? As you see in my videos, my hair is down like this. I like it. When my hair is up, it looks like this. And I don't like the way this looks. So I tried to not keep it that way. And I remember throwing up. I remember yelling at my mom saying, stop. Like, I didn't want my hair up in a ponytail. I really didn't like it. So that was my first experience having a seizure after many, many, many years. I had my sister visit me. This family that my sister and my family known for years, visited me, some of the siblings. They made me a card, which was really cute. It has pictures of me and my sister on it, and me and stuff that I like Disney characters and junk food. Then I wanted to see my friend Tori because she knew about it. My sister came to her house and told her and told her mom. So after the first visit, I really had to go to the bathroom when I was being discharged from the hospital. So my dad let me go to Tori's house to say hi. And I went to the bathroom because I really had to go. And then I went home. I thought it was all good. The next morning, I don't even want to say this, it was really sad. I woke up probably 2 or maybe 1 or 2 in the morning. The second, I woke up the second or 2 seconds after I woke up, my right arm started shaking. And I knew exactly what that meant. So I went to my dad. I woke him up. I told him that my arm was shaking. And I told him I was really scared. And he let me lay in bed with him because I don't remember having seizures when I was 3. I don't have any memory of it at all. This is the very first time I've actually experienced having a seizure through my own eyes and actually remembering it all. So I told my dad, I don't know what was going through my head. I thought I was gonna die. That's honestly the closest I've ever felt to death, was having a seizure, because people could die from having them. Also, during this time, before the seizures actually happened, my dad and I did plan to go to Disneyland. That was going to be the next video after the Walt Disney Museum. The second visit, which was the one I'm telling you about now, because I went back to the hospital after that, my dad canceled the hotel reservation we had because I was in the hospital, so we were not gonna go at all. So we canceled that when we were in the hospital, but on the way to the hospital, I was shaking, basically in my dad's bed before the ambulance came. I'm trying to remember what happened. There's so much going on in my mind right now. Before we went to the hospital, I was fully awake, fully aware. I was talking, and every few minutes I had this little headache, in my normal spot, right here. It's where I usually get headaches, or used to. I would get a little headache, and then my arm would start to shake again. And then I knew I was having a mini seizure, but I was fully awake, and I feel like I'm gonna cry right now just thinking about it because it was the scariest moment of my life. The first time I actually had the seizures in the car, I couldn't talk at all. At least this time I was able to talk. But I kept telling my dad I was really scared. And I didn't know what to do, and I thought I was gonna die. And I kept telling my dad that. And then they called the ambulance at 3 in the morning. I guess this was April 26th or 27th, I think. So the fireman came into my dad's room, put me in the chair, and brought me down to the ambulance. And my dog Zoe was watching me because she was there for both, the first one and this one. So I went in the ambulance and they hooked me up to an IV and all that stuff, and it scared the living crap out of me. And the guy was really nice. He was talking to me about stuff that I enjoy. I told him I was gonna go to Disneyland, and we started talking about it, which made me feel better. And I remember this vividly. My dad would ask if I'm okay, and when he would ask if I'm okay, I was actually having a seizure. I was looking over to the right, and I was shaking. This arm was shaking like really uncontrollably. And I can hear them saying my name. The paramedic in the back that was with me was saying my name over and over again. And I would shake, and my dad would say, "Are you okay?" And then a few seconds later, I held up my thumb and I was like, "Yep," because the seizure ended. The first visit to the hospital, I think I had like 5 seizures, and the second one I had like a lot, like mini ones at least. So I was fully awake that whole time, the second visit. I'm pretty sure I was. I think I blacked out at one point. I really don't remember, because I don't remember them taking off my clothes and putting the nightgown on me, whatever. But not all the family members, but the family that my family knows, the siblings visited again, and they came into the room and talked to me, and I also had to get an MRI to check out my brain because it was terrifying what happened. So, and then my sister told Tori again that I had another one, and they came to visit me and they gave me a smoothie, which was really nice, but it was terrifying. I had to be monitored. I was in ICU because it was like a lot of seizures that I was having in one day. So I'm like not crying, but thinking about it's just making me feel like my voice feels cracked. And when I think about the moment where like I actually had my first seizure, during that time my throat was completely warm. It's like I couldn't swallow, and I kind of feel like that now just even talking about it. But so obviously my dad canceled the Disneyland hotel plans. Like, we booked a hotel before the first seizure happened, and then after I went to the hospital a second time, he unbooked it. Thankfully, nothing else happened to me, but it was one of the most scariest moments of my entire life. I have to take medication now, which I never did before. I had to take it in liquid form because I can't take pills because I can't swallow them, which isn't a bad thing, but the first time I took it, it was terrifying. I was afraid to actually go to bed the first night when I came home because I didn't know what was going to happen. Stayed in the hospital the second visit for a few days, like 2 nights, I'm guessing. Finally got released, thankfully. I have pictures of myself, videos that my dad took, but I don't know if I want to show them. Like, one's just me sleeping in a bed for the first visit. But I got home. I really didn't know what to do. And this is why I haven't uploaded in a long time. This is the reason why. After I got home, after the second visit, I barely had any energy. I didn't want to go out. I could barely like do anything, like barely anything. It was hard for me to walk because I've been in a hospital bed for like 4 days. And I, you know, if you watch my videos, I used to go on walks a lot with my friend Tori. We did some videos together where we would go on my route. I would take walks all the time. So I finally got to hang out with Tori again, which I'm so happy I did. Took a while, but before then, we have already, like, I think we decided, like, my dad and I really wanted to go back to Disneyland, like, really, really bad. And because we canceled the first, like, you know, hotel reservation, I was that determined to actually get better. So what I did, my legs were really sore. It was hard to walk, so I had to take little baby steps. I stretched my legs so much. For me, the most important thing out of all the stuff that happened with the seizures, the one thing I wanted to do was go to Disneyland. So every day I would stretch my legs, and I told my dad, I don't care what happens. This is the most important thing to me right now. I need to walk and get better so I can go to Disneyland. That was my top priority. Out of all the bad stuff that's happened, it's just, I want to go to Disneyland, so I need to walk, get my strength back in my legs, because, you know, Disneyland requires a lot of walking. So that was my main goal. And every day I stretched my legs. I tried to get every strength in it back. I tried to get all the strength back in my legs, basically. It's hard to talk because I was really excited about this. I was that determined to do it. So when my dad saw how much progress I was making, he actually decided to rebook the hotel. So we actually did get to go to Disneyland. It ended up not happening at first, obviously, because of the first seizure, but after the second one, when I came home and I was determined to get better, my dad saw how quickly I was recovering, because up from the second visit, when I exited the hospital, to about when I went to Disneyland, was within like a week or two. I recovered that quickly with my legs. I still had to take medication. I still have to today. I take it twice a day, right when I wake up and before I go to bed. But I was super happy to go to Disneyland. And no, I did not vlog it because I brought my camera and I was super excited to vlog it, but then I was like, I just want to enjoy it with my own eyes, and I really didn't want to hold the camera in my hand the whole time, because I guess I didn't really feel like it, and I don't know why, and I'm sorry I didn't vlog it because I really wanted to, but I was still recovering, because still at that point I was still not feeling all that great. When I came back from Disneyland, I talked to my neurologist, and I had 2 medications to take at this point. She gave me a pill as well. And then, well, I guess while I was on vacation, I think it happened while I was on vacation, I got a really bad rash, like really bad. It was all over my arms. It was on my legs. It was in some areas that I don't want to say. It was like very, very, very uncomfortable to sleep. So it was really rough for me for the past few days after I came back from vacation. And I really didn't feel like making videos because I was really irritated. I was upset at myself for, I don't know what. I didn't go on my walks after that for a while. And this happened in April. I went to Disneyland from May 2nd to the 9th. So I left on May 5th to the 9th. So I left on the 5th, came back the 9th, but 6th, 7th, and 8th of May, I was at Disneyland. It was really irritating for a while. I kept scratching. I barely got any sleep. I woke up 3 times a night, basically, and then it went down to 2. And I started putting cream on me, like, you know, just cream to stop the itching. Finally, it went away. Thankfully, I have not had a seizure since. I'm still scared to this day that it's still gonna happen. We don't know what caused it. Don't think we ever will. Honestly, ever since then, I have been afraid to do a lot of things now. I am afraid to go on walks by myself. I haven't gone on my walk by myself in months, like before it happened. I'm terrified that something could happen. I am afraid to do most things now because I'm still afraid of what's going to happen. I don't know what could trigger it. We don't know for sure, and that's why I need to be careful. I am just scared a lot of the time. I'm afraid to go out by myself. And I really do like the times when I would go on my walks by myself because I can clear my head, but I feel like I can't do that much anymore. And like when I go on rides, I went to Disneyland. I was fine there because it was my favorite place in the world and I was happy and nothing bad happened there, thankfully. I was perfectly fine. But when I got home, it turned worse for the rash and all that. So to this day, it's been, let's see, I think Easter was on the 20th of April, I believe. No, it was the 25th, I think. Whenever Easter was of this year. That was the first seizure I had. I haven't woken up from a seizure. I just try to take it day by day. I know I haven't uploaded in a while and I'm sorry, but because I usually would upload every 2 weeks, but because of this, it's just, I know to you guys it seems like a month because that was the last time I uploaded, but for me it's been since April, and it's July right now, so it's been 3 or 4 months since I've made a video. It has really affected my life and I don't know what to do from here. I really don't know what to do at all, like, with my life. I don't know what I want to do. I'm afraid to do a lot of things now. Usually for my birthday, which is coming up in a month, which I'm very excited about, I usually would go to a theme park with my friend Tori, but I'm afraid of something happening if we decide to go to a theme park. I'm afraid to, like, if I'm with Tori by ourselves, if something happens, like, I don't know. I'm just afraid of what could possibly happen. So I know I'm like repeating myself. It's just scary to think about. When I think about what actually occurred, like if I think about my throat getting warm, like that moment my throat gets warm, if I think about when my arms start shaking, like this happened a few days ago, I thought about when my arms started shaking and then my left arm felt really numb, like, you know, when your foot falls asleep and it's just starting to wake up, getting the blood flow back in it. That's what I felt in my arm, but it was really numb and uncomfortable. It's like it seems like I kind of still feel the symptoms of what actually happened. Like my head starts to hurt when I think about it, which it kind of feels like it has a bit of pressure on it right now. Like someone's like pushing you like this on your head. That's what it feels like. When they saw the MRI, I guess they said I had damaged tissue because of it. So that's great, right? Yep. Nope. So I feel like I'm not the same person, honestly. I haven't been my happy, bubbly self for quite a while, and that's usually the person I am. I haven't really seen my friends in a while. I'm afraid to go outside. It's like the sun kind of makes me, it feels like the sun makes me overheat or something now, and it's kind of scary. I've just been confined in my house the most of the time. Like I don't feel like going out, except for Thursdays, which is the nights that my dad and I go out to dinner. That's usually when I would go out. Or if I visit a family member, or if I'm hanging out with friends or whoever. But I haven't hung out with my friends, like at my age. My friend Tori, I haven't seen her in a month. By the point I'm uploading this. I hope to see her for my birthday though, because I miss her. I haven't seen my friend Chloe. If you don't know, I talked about her before in my birthday video because she was actually there for my birthday. In the what I did and got for my birthday video, she was in there. I haven't seen her for almost a year. And there's my other friend. Her name is Danielle. I met her when I was 12 years old. She lived in Idaho, and now she lives in New York, and I haven't seen her since last April. So, and I also have a friend who is a part of the family that I told you about earlier, that my family and I have known for a while, since me and my sister were kids. Her name is Melina. She's super nice. I love her. She's like one of the only friends that I know that actually likes and enjoys Disney. I did see the Aladdin movie, the Aladdin live action movie, and I absolutely loved it. I saw Toy Story 4. I cried. Like, go figure. And I'm gonna see Lion King soon, so I'm really excited. But yeah, she's one of my other friends. I haven't seen any of them in a really long time, and I really would like to see them. So, I mean, I don't know what else to say about it, really. Like, I'm gonna say in total from those 2 visits from the hospital, I'm just gonna guess 20-ish seizures, or maybe a bit more. I had 5 major ones, I guess, from the first visit. 2 in the car, 3 at the hospital, and then the second time when I was, when I woke up from it, I had probably like 10 mini ones or more. So this has really affected my life kind of in a negative way. The medication that I'm taking is working. I'm finally down to one medication, thank God. It's in liquid form. It's easy to take, so that's good. It prevents the seizures. So that's why I haven't had one in a very long time. I don't really know like what type of videos I want to make now. I feel like this is like a story time sort of video, which it basically is. Maybe I can upload more videos like this. Because it's kind of interesting, but this is kind of one I've wanted to talk about for a while, just because I haven't made a video for a while and I just kind of wanted to talk about it because was one of the scariest moments of my entire life. I didn't know what to do. I was scared to death, and I honestly thought when I had the first seizure that I would never see my family and friends again. I honestly thought that was the last moments of my life, so I'm very thankful that I'm still alive and nothing bad has happened. So I'm very thankful about that. I hope to actually do more, like go back on my walks again. If I'm able to go on it by myself, if I think I'm ready for that. I'm taking it one step at a time. It's been like 3 or 4 months, but it's still baby steps because I'm still afraid. I don't get stressed as much anymore. Thankfully, I used to get stressed all the time. So the headaches have disappeared. Thank God. Like the headaches are gone. Which was a big part of it. Like stress is a big factor that could lead to seizures. Otherwise there's other things too, but stress is one of the main ones. I'm starting to eat breakfast now, which I used to not do. I used to eat just lunch and dinner. Now I'm eating breakfast. So that's also a big change for me. I still kind of go to bed at the normal time, like 11-ish midnight, but I still get the amount of sleep I should, like 8 or so hours of sleep. So it's nothing bad out of that, but I don't know. I guess I just wanted to share with you guys my terrifying experience of me having so many seizures, not in one day, thankfully, just out of the span of like a couple days, or just 2 days, I guess, but it was terrifying. Very thankful I am still able to walk, and it's not like it's permanently scarred me, like I can't walk or anything like that. I'm very thankful about that. Obviously, I won't stop thinking about it. It's always going to be in the back of my mind because I actually did experience it. And I don't think it's something I'll ever forget because it was obviously, again, the most scariest thing I've ever experienced in my entire life. I try not to think about it, obviously, but if something does kind of trigger it, then I will try to block it out of my mind, or else I'll feel the symptoms. Like if someone asks like, how's your arm or how's your throat, or like, how was it all for you? Then I'll start thinking about it, and it's not really the best thing. So, I mean, what's done is done. It already happened, so it's over with. Nothing bad's happened, obviously, like I've said before, like a bazillion times. So I'm very thankful of how it all turned out. I got to go to Disneyland like I planned. I actually got to see my friend Tori. I got to hang out with her. I got to see my aunt and my cousin who actually visited me the first time I had the seizures, which was really nice. I only remember waking up for like 1 second and seeing them and then going right back to sleep because I was just so out of it and I blacked out, I guess, so many times. But I'm doing a bit better. Like, I'm not gonna say completely better because I'm not 100% better, because I don't think I'll ever be 100% better, but I'm kind of getting better every day. Obviously baby steps, but yeah, I mean, it is what it is. So yeah, I know this is probably a longish video, but I wanted to upload something because I haven't, and this is basically my hobby. I enjoy making videos, and I just wanted to share my story of what happened when I experienced my first seizure that I can actually recall in my lifetime. Very scary, very terrifying, and that was the closest I think I've ever been to death, in my opinion. My throat feels weird just saying it, but I'm trying to not think about it as I'm talking about it. I know, weird, but yeah. I hope I'll get to upload a video for you guys soon after this one. Depends on what's going on and if I have another story time idea video or whatever else is going on. Next time I go to Disneyland or wherever else, I will vlog it, I promise. It's just that specific trip that I went on a week after I got out of the hospital. I just was out of it and I just didn't want to, like, you know, do anything. I just wanted to enjoy with my own eyes and I just didn't want to have to deal with all of that. I was still recovering, so. But now that I'm a bit better, I could probably vlog it for you guys next time. So yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed my little story time. I know it was sad. I tried to make it a bit positive, but it was still pretty scary. And I'm sorry if I talked fast during this. It's just, I don't know. I just feel weird talking about it now, and I just try to talk a bit fast to get it off my mind because it will affect me deeply if I think about it more. So I'm sorry if I did talk fast during this, but yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys at some point. I don't know when. I don't know if I'm going to go back to my regular schedule of doing every other week. I guess maybe at this point, because of all this happening, I'll just upload whenever I feel like it. So I hope you guys will understand about me not going back to my regular schedule. It's just, this whole thing's affected me that I don't know what to do, and I can't keep up with the schedule just because I feel really lazy. I don't feel like doing much, but yeah. But whenever I do go somewhere fun, like a theme park, wherever, I'll vlog it for you guys, or whatever ideas I have after this video. And whoever subscribed to me, if you like these type of storytime videos, I can make more if you want. I kind of like doing storytime videos, so if you want to see more, then just comment if you want to see more. Or if you're new, then if you want to know more about me, just watch my other videos because I explain it a lot more. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys soon. Bye, Rosies.